When you're buying a second-hand car, there's a couple of golden rules that you should not break. And today, I'm going to be breaking some. Now these rules are pretty simple, but there's a couple of golden ones that you really shouldn't ignore. Now some of those rules are very important, and number one on the list, do not buy a car anywhere near this red pin. Number two would be, do not buy a car completely blind unless you're fully into having a bad time. And rule number three would probably be, walk 30 minutes to the train station, get yourself a one-way ticket 2.5 hours away to go and buy an unknown car for a suspiciously low amount of money, which has been off the road for over a year. And you can probably tell right now that I'm walking to the train station. I've got a bag with a jump pack in and a charger. That's it. And if it wasn't obvious, I'm going to be breaking that rule. And that is because I have agreed to buy a BMW E34 518 in Calypso Red over DM on Instagram. I've had a couple of pictures and I said, yep, alright, I'll come and get it. Now this is going to go one or two ways, because for £200 I can either be at the side of the road crying my eyes out having no way to get home, or actually make it home and I'm very happy with my purchase. One way to find out is get on many trains. Now trains are possibly the worst mode of transport that you can take, however I have no choice because I'm going at this completely alone today, and hopefully by the end of it I will be driving home. First stop is get to Derby train station, where I'll be picked up by the owner of the car that we're going to buy. He said he was based about 10 minutes away from the station, and it's coming up to half an hour since he said he was leaving. Is this the beginning of a terrible evening of getting back on the train and going back home? Who knows? He didn't tell me where to go, he just said, I'm on my way. He didn't tell me what car he had, but I trust him, it must be good. Positive, thinking positively. Luckily I didn't have to get onto this bus because I was actually picked up by Fitz, the owner of the car, and he took me over to his workshop where the car was kept, and I wasn't ready for the cars that I was about to see in the workshop. I was not expecting to see all this today, but we're not here for that, we're here for this. I paid the man, and then we're going to drive it home. So yes, the car is officially real, and I don't want to chuck a camera on these guys' faces because that's just not what you do. You have normal conversations face to face. However, I just want to say that they were very welcoming. They picked me up from the station, they put a decent battery on it, topped up all the fluid, and just made sure I was good to go. So thanks very much to the guys at Top Boss. They just made this sale so easy. And this is what £200 gets you. 518 pre-facelift E34 BMW in manual. Now, I've just driven it from where I got it from, which is about less than a mile away, to here. And it definitely needs a clutch, but he did tell me that. He told me it needed a clutch. It's been sat for a while. It runs. The paint is smoked. Every panel has lacquer peel all over it, you know. Oh, this door might be all right. But yeah, the car is absolutely needing a respray. But it's pre-facelift. So it's part of the crossover year. It's had the front seats retrimmed. It's a manual. It's had loads of work done to it apparently. It's been looked after, but it just needs a bit of love really. For a car that's been sat since early 2024, I'm gonna hope takes me all the way home. So, will this car get me home? I just put 40 quid in it. There's not much else to report other than it's an old E34. It runs. I'm going to go for it. And in the law of the UK, if you book yourself an MOT, you can drive there. So that's what I've done. It's on 173,000 miles. It's really blurry. The temp gauge and everything like that is a little iffy. It's got a head unit, wrong gear knob, driver's window works, and the actual sunroof is manual. Look at that. I've never seen a manual sunroof in an E34. So yeah, I am going to attempt to drive this thing home. We're in Derby, so my trip is about 2 hours. This is going to go straight into rush hour traffic, so I'm going to hope it's going to make it there trouble-free. The clutch is like one of the worst clutches I've ever felt in my life, but I think we're going to be able to make it. We are motoring. First impressions, it's slow, very slow. The clutch is pretty much non-existent. We've got a very big clonk every time we change gear or pull away. The wipers are absolutely dreadful. But all in all, the rest of it's decent. Heater's blowing nice warm air. There's no real wobble. I mean, there is a little bit of a wobble, steering wheel wobble, exactly. There's a big wobble. As soon as I started saying that, there was a big wobble. And that was alright. I think the diff might be falling out the back. The steering wheel has literally self-combusted, and the top of the steering wheel is like completely loose, like the rubber has separated from the steel underneath. So it's like jelly on top of the steering wheel. It's looking okay. Clocks are steamed up, the revs don't work, the temp gauge is really low. Oh, there's that wobble again. Oh, it's really not good. But yeah, when I get to another petrol station, we'll have another checkup. Right, we're halfway home. Petrol cap's falling off. Yeah, it's working. Apart from the def rattle, which I've just had a look underneath, and I'm pretty certain the rear bushes on the rear beam have fell to bits. Other than that, it's doing all right. Every single panel is smoked. There's so much lacquer peel. Poor car's been through it. Even like the wing mirrors are like all faded. Top of the doors, whole rear quarter. Yeah, doesn't look that bad realistically. It's got a little bit of rust down the bottom of there, but like nothing crazy. But yeah, it's just behaving like nothing seems out of the ordinary. Just a car that hasn't been driven for a long time. It's been looked after. It's got like dealer plates on it. It's got the dealer sticker in the back. The gentleman I bought it off, he was telling me that the person before him had it like 25, 30 years. Has really looked after it, replaced loads and loads of stuff, and he has like some service history with it, I think. But yeah, the reliable bus, poor thing. It's got that little dealer sticker. It's got typical E34 or old BMW interior where it's all fell to bits, right? All ripped, door cars hanging off, but front seats have been retrimmed. Look at that. Oh, weird. Just like retrimmed front seats. I feel like the seat doesn't go far enough forward. But other than that, it's a fairly decent car. Now just to hopefully carry on taking it home. And we officially made it back to the workshop. Now it's been a week since that last clip. However, we made it back trouble-free and got back really late when it was really dark. So I've waited until this moment to actually take a proper look at the car in daylight, not in a rush. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the MOT. Oh dear. Anyway, what we did do is find out that we have got actually not a bad car. Of course, we've already discussed the fact that this car is absolutely smoked paint-wise, and genuinely every single panel has a lacquer peel on it. So it's not really the prettiest of cars. But for £200, you cannot grumble. I turned the key and I got home, and that's all that really matters. And on the way home, we had a couple of casualties. You'll probably see here. The exhaust is falling off, and it is also blowing, which I will show you now, and we'll have a look at the engine, which I don't think I showed you, but it's actually comedy. You can hear the lovely wipers and the blow. Give it a rev. Yeah, sounds like an old Transit now. How do I turn these off? Ah! Anyway, let's pop the bonnet. This is funny. Look at that engine. There's more gearbox in the engine bay than there is engine. It's absolutely hilarious. Now, so at the start of the video, when we started driving this car, the clutch just started slipping. Since I've driven it from my house to here, the clutch is really slipping. The engine itself runs sweet, cooling system sweet, the battery holds charge, doesn't have a battery drain in the car. Running wise, really, really good. It's just a shame that not many people need an 8-valve 1.8 engine out of an E34 because they're gutless and slow. However, surprisingly to you, I have someone potentially for this engine. This bonnet here is actually really decent. It's got a stone chip on here, which is rusty, but it is what it is. But I'm pleased about this because some of you will know I have bought myself an E34 M5 this time last year. This one right here to be exact, and this is potentially the most hanging E34 that I could have bought. It's got the front end of a facelift car, and this is a pre-facelift car because there's a 3.6 S38 engine, which means it's a pre-facelift car. So that front end isn't meant for this car. As well as that, this car is a complete rotten dog, and I will get to it. One of the main problems with this car is this rear quarter, all the way up to the roof, which you probably won't be able to see. You probably won't be able to see, but just here, there's a bunch of bubbling on the roof, and that is because this car has had a rear quarter put on it really badly, and inside all the doors shut, it's still bare metal. It's had terrible repairs basically, and it's now bubbling inside the door shut. So I need a rear quarter, and you can't buy a rear quarter from BMW. And all E34s are usually really rotten. I think a lot of you will know where this is going. This right here is a very decent rear quarter. Look at that, look. There's like next to no rust on that. There's a little bit on the inner arch and on the bottom, which you might be able to see, but like that's nothing. And that's probably the best quarter I could probably get for the M5 without buying a really nice car. Now the other side isn't actually that bad either, because again, there's no real rot until you get right down to the bottom. It's a little bit bubbly there, but that's just the edge. Rust wise, this car isn't the worst. It's just this quarter looks a bit odd. If you look here, there is a filler mark. So it's had like a hit or something on this side. There's a dent there, filler marks in the door. So yeah, this side's a bit awful, but the side that's most important is original paint. You can tell that's original paint. I need the quarter all the way up to about here, because mine's rotten here. I need this trim, I need all inside the door shut, I need all of this up to around here, because mine's rotten on the inside underneath the boot. This is good. So yeah, unfortunately, this is pretty much the end of the road for this car, because there's not really much for it. It's a 518 ropey old car, which needs a lot of work. And for me, it is the best way to repair an M5, but it just sacrifices one more E34 to come off the road. I don't like breaking all the BMWs that I need, but realistically, they're not worth anything. Like this car, decent, on the road, working, resprayed, because it needs it, you'd be well over 5 grand, and it's probably like 1,500 quid car at the max. It's not worth anything, which is kind of a shame because it is a fairly decent car. But, you know, are you gonna fix it and put it back on the road? Probably not. Is anyone gonna do it? No. The E34, I'll say it to this day, the E34 is still the most undesirable classic BMW. That's just fact, that's just what they are. They're just cheaper than all of them, which I don't like because I think they're the nicest looking ones out of all of them. Because they're just, oh. When I was a kid, my neighbour had one of these in this exact colour. And it was at that point I knew I really like these cars. I don't really like the colour of this one, but I really like the cars. E34, best car. These are genuine BMW wheels. I've got spare. Like one of these is in the boot in the wheel well with BMW stamping on it. So they're genuine BMW wheels, and I don't know what style they are. They are hideous, but they are an OEM BMW wheel. Very odd. And as cool as that story was, that go to get the car on the train, don't know if it's any good, don't really know much about it, get home, actually pretty decent car. As cool as that story is, that's an M5, and that's a 518. Both of them need saving. They're going to help each other to make one good M5. And no, I'm not just going to put all the M5 bits onto the red car, because that takes all of the value out of the car, because it's not an M5. This is an M5. I've had that comment so many times. Why don't you just put it all into another car? No. Still needs work. I might as well just do it all on this. Realistically, this needs a lot of work, but it will be worth it at the end. If I put all the work into the red one, it's just not worth it at the end. And I know this is all for the fun of it and all that, but you can't just not fix this because it's more work. Realistically, it's not that much more work. It's just more time, which is fine because we now have the materials to fix this car. Just one less 518 on the road, which is no loss because last week I took one E28 off the road. And if you're a regular of the channel, you'll realise that that is that green E28 that I bought on Facebook for 500 quid. I make myself look like just a BMW dismantler, but I promise these cars are going back on the road. It just takes a lot of time to get the parts that you need. Every time I come back to this car, I'm reminded of how actually rubbish it is. Like all the floor pan, everything, it's just mullered. Poor, poor thing. It's had such a hard life. And I mean like such a hard life. It's had like 18 owners. It's actually been clocked on the MOT logs. Not really bothered because all the engine will get ripped apart and rebuilt anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. It's just had a hard life, and that's the easiest way to get into an M5 without spending all that money, because once that's done, I can drive it how I want. I won't have to care. So as the title says, I found out why this car was so cheap. And the reason is well, because the gentleman just wanted a nice, easy sale. £200 is a no question asked price, and that's what I paid. There was no questions asked. I barely even looked at it, to be honest, before I drove it home. They're such a nice group of lads. They got it all sorted for me just enough to get it home, and I was more than happy. I didn't have to just go and look underneath it and go, oh, actually, will you take £175? 200 quid, man. It's 200 quid, you know what I mean? So yeah, thanks to those lot for selling it to me. I know they wanted it gone, no hassle free. They just can't be dealing with idiots, and I'm not an idiot. I'll come get it, and they come pick me up from the station as well. You can't really get any better than that. It was literally worked out a treat. I think the train was like 33 quid. This car's actually 280 quid or something. Insured it for the day, put some fuel in it, train, etc. and stuff, whatever. Yeah, that's why this car was so cheap. Merry Christmas to me. Now, my life around cars this year has been absolutely phenomenal. We have done so much. Everything has grown more than I could have imagined. I mean, the channel alone has doubled in size since this time last year. And because of that, the workshop has increased workflow tenfold, which does actually become quite overwhelming at times as well, because there's just so much to do, and I'm only one person, sort of a victim of my own success, some would say. It's a good problem to have, but yeah, in terms of channel, we've done a lot. I mean, we've been to Sweden, we've been to Austria, we've been to alt race in Poland, we went to Scotland, we've saved a bunch of cars, we've put a bunch more cars back on the road, we've had some fun with the E28s in the previous few episodes, and importantly, I've learned a lot as well. I've learned how to do things, I've learned how to upgrade the editing software, the cameras, the drones. At the start of the year, I was just editing on my iPhone without a mic, etc, etc. Like, the video has increased loads. If I look back and think, oh, the videos at the start of the year were just very like low quality stuff. But now I feel like they're a lot better. When I have the time, the videos are so much better. And when I don't upload every week, I can really put together, I personally feel, a really decent video. Our road trip videos do well. Our videos of revealing cars do well. The full long, over an hour long episodes always do well. And the videos that don't do well for me are build series videos. People get really interested at the start and then they just tether off after like the third video and no one wants to watch it from there on. Which is understandable because YouTube is filled with loads of people doing loads of crazy stuff all the time. It just takes a little bit longer for me to upload. So moving forward, I think I'm gonna change my upload frequency, and you'll see more big videos in big full lengths rather than me splitting them up every week and having very little time to edit that video, which makes sense. I think it makes sense and you'll enjoy it. Which doesn't mean I'm gonna stop uploading. I'm gonna be doing, hopefully, gonna push myself into doing a lot more short form content, which I will upload on the YouTube segment. I'll upload onto TikTok, Facebook, everything like that, all at the same time. So my socials will be in the description. You'll hopefully see a lot more of that in 2026. Speaking of 2026, you're looking at it right here. 61 and the M5. This one first, because it's a roller. That one second. And then whatever other cars that we can get our hands on to make a little video in 2026, we probably will. However, these are my main priority, if I can. Oh, I forgot to say, Merry Christmas. If you're watching this on Christmas Day, then you probably should be with your family, but I wish you all a very good holiday season. Hope you don't have to work full way through it like I will be. But yeah, that wraps up this year of videos. Thank you very much for all the support this year, all your comments, all the people that have joined the members page, all the people that got involved in the giveaway and the merchandise, etc., etc. I really appreciate those. Of course, thank you to all the friends, especially Charlie. Charlie is the backbone of this channel. A lot of the shit that we do on here wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Charlie. And there was one guy dissing him in the comments last week, and I won't have it, because if it wasn't for him, a lot of this shit wouldn't happen, because he's my unemployed, unpaid slave. So, everyone go say thank you, Charlie, in the comments. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a good New Year. Merry Christmas. And we're going to be killing another E34, but it's okay, because I've got an M5. And the M5s are in Ronin, so it's cool. Anyway, thank you very much. Goodbye.